Welcome to Interpersonal Communication Online. My name is Pat Lawton and I'll be your instructor this semester for the next 16 weeks. So welcome, I'm so glad you're here. I just used this video to say hi to you, let you see a face to the name that you'll be seeing online a lot. Sometimes it's nice to make that connection, I think, especially in online classes. So I'll be your instructor this semester. A couple of things I want to talk to you about before you get started on the class is just kind of the general course outline and how it will work over the next 16 weeks. So a couple of things to keep in mind during this first week. It's pretty much orientation tasks as we deal with the drop add deadline. And so you're going to be doing some things, getting used to D2L if this is your first time in there, or fine-tuning your skills if you've taken several online classes. So the first week is really for you to get comfortable in the class, to take a look at how things are laid out, how the content section flows. You can take a look at the discussion board, take a look at how the Dropbox works, and all those types of tasks. So you'll be doing some tasks this week that include things like submitting an assignment in the Dropbox and posting in the discussion board. And for this first week, the tasks are, like I said, pretty straightforward and pretty orientation centered. So you'll be doing those until Sunday at 10 p.m. Now, I know with the deadlines with your online classes, they vary a lot. Sometimes you have 2 deadlines a week, sometimes it's at midnight. So for this class, I really try and keep it simple, and everything you have due will be 10 o'clock Sunday nights. So get the assignments in the Dropbox, make your discussion board post. Everything needs to be done by, let's say, 9:59 to be safe on Sunday nights. So make sure that you're adhering to that deadline. I don't accept any late work, and so if you miss the deadline, you miss the deadline. Sometimes students say, you know, in my other classes it's midnight. Well, if you really like that midnight deadline, you can always pretend on Saturday night at midnight is the deadline, and you can get your work done early. So remember, Sunday at 10 o'clock for this class. That's when everything will be due, including your midterm papers, your finals, all these types of things. So Sunday at 10 o'clock. All right, so each week, this is how the class is going to work. Each week, a new module will be unlocked and opened in D2L. That happens at 8 a.m. on Monday mornings. In that module, usually there's a couple of activities. You'll see in every week, the very top document is called Read Me First. And just like it sounds, you should open that document first. That's going to give you the objectives for the week, so in other words, what we want to learn that week. And also it's going to lay out what we need to do to learn those things each week. Once you've checked that out, you can dive right into the tasks, and usually it's an article to read, an activity to do. There's a lot of mini lectures, so like this videos, usually what I do is I take the toughest 2 to 3 concepts each week, and I make about a 10-minute mini lecture video for you to kind of further explain those and give you some examples so that we're not having a hard time getting through those concepts. So those are posted in there. You might have to listen to a podcast. You might have to go out and look at a YouTube video. So there's lots of different activities. I try and vary them each week just to have some fun, some different things for you to do. But what you will see each week that carries through is a couple of things. The first is you'll have discussion boards, and I'm pretty sure if you've taken an online class, you're familiar with these already, but do take a minute to check out my grading rubric. Your posts are due. You're going to have 3 posts due total each week, and those are due again Sunday at 10 p.m. I know I'm sounding like a broken record here, but each week you'll have groups, and you don't have to do anything special to get into those groups. I've already assigned you groups, and you'll only be able to see the discussion boards that you are assigned to, so you don't have to do anything special there. But there's 10 people in each discussion board group, and you have 2 topics. Now, all you're required to do is a total of 3 posts each week, 1 initial post and 2 classmate responses. You can pick to do those in any or both of those discussion boards. So that's your choice. And again, that gets a little bit more clear as we get into week 2. Week 1, this orientation week, everyone is on the same discussion board introducing themselves. Week 2 is when we really start breaking those up to get into more in-depth conversations. So you'll have a discussion board post each week. You'll have a journal due each week, and do take a minute to check out that grading rubric for the journal. The journals are some of the students' favorite activities each week because it's a way for you to show me that, hey, I read this, it's really applicable in my own life, and here's how and why. And each week you'll have a question posted. It'll say journal topic, and that's what you'll respond to. So you're not just free journaling for those. There is a journal topic, and that should help guide your writing. So again, check out the grading rubric for that. That should help clarify some things, and you can always email me if you need any clarification on those at all. Each week you'll also have a quiz. The quiz is usually about 25 minutes. It's unlocked each week. And I suggest taking those at the very end of the week. Sometimes it helps to have refreshers, discussion boards, journals, the activities all done, and you've seen the mini lectures so that that quiz can be a little bit easier for you. That's due again Sunday at 10. You also have a function in each content, so in each week's module, you have something called the checklist. I really encourage you to use this, and most students report that this is tremendously helpful for them to stay on task. So you can go into the checklist. The checklist will show you the dates, so usually Sundays at 10, and what needs to be done each week. And you can even manually check that off with your mouse. You can check into the box, and that will save for you, so you know what you've done and what you still need to do for the week. So most students really like that. A lot of students say that they just double check that at the end of each week to make sure they did everything that week. So feel free to use that. That's in there. All the dates are accurate, so you have that as a guide each week to make sure that you've done what you're supposed to do. Okay, so I think that's it for orientation type tasks and letting you know what's coming in the class. Again, I'm really excited you're here, and I think you're going to love this class. I love teaching this class, and I'm here to help you in any way I can, so don't ever hesitate to shoot me an email. You can stop by my office during office hours if you're on campus, or give me a call and we can set up to meet coffee. I'll buy you a cup of coffee. If you have some questions, we can meet somewhere that's convenient to you. So I'm glad you're here. I'm here to help. Go ahead and start diving into those week 1 tasks and let me know if you need anything. I think it's going to be a great 16 weeks.